So, I mean, it was probably like 3 weeks in because I would look in the mirror and I'll see like a little cut. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Oh,
Okay.
and like, I'll touch my shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, I feel something so weird. And my husband be like, oh, honey, it's just a muscle growth.
Right.
Yeah, so like really right away, like probably less than 3 weeks, I can see the transformation already. So that was it. And then like into like week 4, like my clothes were, even though the scale didn't move as much, my clothes were bigger.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was losing something.
When you saw that, you were a little bit, I would say paranoid a little bit. But when we look at where you are as far as the metrics are concerned, I mean, I told you don't panic. And then look how it dropped all the way down.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, body fat is waste that's stored inside, right, of your adipose tissue, right? So when you detoxify, you get rid of the actual body fat. What's going on, my Supreme Warriors? I want you to meet a very special person today. I want you guys to meet Abigail, who is a full-time mom, a federal government worker professional, soon to be real estate agent, and also a future doctor in training. And just 49 days ago, she started with us at Supreme. She's been exercising, doing her things, and she's lost right now about nearly 10 pounds and 3.7% of body fat. And she's also gained lean muscle right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you guys to Abigail. What's going on, Abby? What's up?
Hello.
So, besides the introduction, maybe you want to introduce yourself a little bit more. Tell me who you are as a person. How many kids you have? How long have you been in this area? We're in the Cumberland County area in New Jersey. For those that don't know, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I have 6 children.
Ooh,
Um,
6.
yeah, 29, 7, 6, 4, 2.
No, listen. After a while, how do you remember that? Listen, that is strong right here.
Yeah.
And you are a professional, busy mother, married, happily married. You are taking care of 7 kids because they say that us sometimes the husbands we are
Yeah.
kids too in our own way as well. So tell me a little bit about you. How long have you been on a journey of wanting to lose body fat?
I think really after I had my last daughter 2 years ago,
Okay.
I pretty much knew I had to like get my health in order. It wasn't so much that I wanted to lose body fat. I just wanted to be healthier. And I always like ate pretty well, but with my daughter, I got really sick and I had preeclampsia, and losing the weight wasn't as easy as it was for the other children. So after that, I had high blood pressure and it just persists over the 2 years. And so I knew I needed to do something, primarily lose the weight, but I believe that was directly correlated to why my pressure was high. And I didn't like how I felt mentally. Just I needed to feel better because I was doing a lot, like, with school and work and family. So I needed to be my optimal self, and I didn't feel like I was that.
Wow. So how did your weight, right, affect your confidence and the way you saw yourself?
Well, I mean, it wasn't the best
Mhm.
experience in life.
Yeah.
'Cause I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear. I mean, I still loved myself. I'm pretty. I feel like I'm pretty. So, but not being able to wear what I wanted to wear, that was like the biggest thing. And I'm not like a big shopper. So whatever I have, I needed to fit.
Mm. So before you started with us, what was like a typical day of balancing your kids, your job, and your studies as well?
Before I started working out.
Yeah, before you started working out.
Oh,
Like, how was your energy? I'm trying to find your energy.
Oh, my energy. Yeah. So I was studying for the MCAT. That's the exam to get into medical school.
Mhm.
And it's a beast of a test. It's like 8 hours long, like sitting, and it's just a beast of a test. And so studying for that requires a lot of mental rigor. And I didn't really have that when I was studying for it. And it was very hard mentally. As far as energy, I would get tired. I wasn't sleeping all that well. Like my sleep was broken like throughout the night because my body was just so conditioned with waking up in the middle of the night for the children and things like that. So I wasn't sleeping all that well. And I couldn't find the proper balance between all the activities that I wanted to do and family. So I was tired all the time. All the
Wow.
time. Yes.
Wow. Wow. When did you feel like enough was enough?
I would say this year. I
Hmm.
would say this year enough was enough for me. Like I was doing what I before I joined the gym was doing things on my own in terms of like walking and jogging and eating well,
Hmm.
but my weight was just stagnant and I didn't have like the knowledge, right? Like I didn't know how to get myself out of this like plateau that I was in.
Yeah.
And I knew I couldn't starve myself anymore. Like I couldn't like not eat. It just was not a functional way to live. And
Right.
so this year, I knew I still had, medical school is starting. I knew that I wanted to do other things like real estate and just do things that I want to do in this life and take care of my children, be able to take them on walks and things like that. And I needed my brain to work really well for me. And the only way to do that was to figure out how to get this weight off and get healthier. So yeah.
When you thought about making a change before, what worried you the most about like the future? Like what was your thoughts process on that? Like with working out, exercise, scheduling and time and things.
Well, I mean, I squeeze things in. I squeeze the day, like every minute accounted for. But of course, the time with school starting in the fall, that's a component that I have to consider, how I'm juggling, everything. How am I juggling going to work out and doing all the walks and all of that? I have to consider that because I do have a capacity, but I think with the proper rest, like I'm conditioning myself now. So I'll wake up earlier in the morning, go to sleep earlier, and put the babies to sleep earlier and just make it work. I just make things work in my life. It's going to have to work because I have to do
Absolutely.
this. So
Absolutely. So when it came to like you, was there any doubt? And I guess like what made you start in June? Like what something just hit you and you contacted us. We had a conversation over the phone. Your
right.
husband came in and we got together. We did some numbers. Like, we did the whole process. What made you finally, I guess, walk into our doors?
It was just something just hit.
Yeah.
It was just, I was doing all that I could do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, it's not working. So let me outsource.
Mm.
And that was the aha moment for me. I was doing all that I knew to do
Yeah.
and it wasn't working.
Now you were also working out too at home as well
I
as well.
was, yeah, I was. But when I didn't see any movement, I was like, this is, like I need to see progress. And I
Mm,
wasn't seeing that. Although
got
my husband said there was progress, but I was not seeing it. So,
gotcha. It's different. Listen, at the end of the day, your husband is very athletic, but a lot of my ladies that have husbands, especially the ones that have their gyms built in their house, it is challenging to say the least because, giving your wife, your person, your partner directions on doing certain things, it could be a bit of a challenge, but we came in, he came in, we, kind of we established bond and a trust and, he trusted and we saw the process and we've seen progress thus far. Would you agree?
yep.
So tell me, what's your typical, I guess, what's the difference between kind of doing things on your own with you versus coming in and working out with us?
What's the difference you said?
Yeah, what would you say the difference was when you
Yeah,
were working out on your own?
I think the knowledge is the biggest component for me. You're very informative. You know what you're talking about. I feel like I'm going to ask a million and one questions. You have an answer for it. There's a structure, right? It's not just, you're just like hitting the weights and hoping something happens. There's a system to it, so to speak. And I'm a very systematic kind of person, maybe type A. Like I need structure. And so I think that's what the gym gave me was structure and knowledge. that I didn't have before.
What were they that you actually saw? Like, what was the first
Yeah.
thing that just was like, oh my God?
Yeah, so I mean, it was probably like 3 weeks in because I would look in the mirror and I'll see like a little cut. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Oh,
Okay.
I'll touch my shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, I feel something so weird. And my husband be like, oh honey, it's just a muscle growth.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah, so like really right away, like probably less than 3 weeks, I can see the transformation already. So that was it. And then like into like week 4, like my clothes were, even though the scale didn't move as much, my clothes were bigger.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was losing something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Your scale actually went up, if you remember.
Yes, it did. It did go
Your
up.
scale went up,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because we went from one spot to another. And when you saw that, you were a little bit, I would say paranoid a little bit. But
Yeah.
when we look at where you are as far as the metrics are concerned, I mean, I told you don't panic. And then look how it dropped all the way down.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, body fat is waste that's stored inside, right, of your adipose tissue, right? So when you detoxify, you get rid of the actual body fat, and that's what it's all about. But at the same time, muscle and fat both weigh the same. So if you're gaining muscle, it's going to go up and your body fat will go down, but you may not typically see the difference, on the scale itself. And that's what it's all about. So let's say, right now, you have a lot of things that are basically, that's going on. I guess what as a professional, because you said you got some fall things coming up. So how do you plan to get around that fall semesters? You're not only planning for college, for school, for medical school, but you're also doing real estate as well. Like you got many hats, girlfriend. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you plan to get around and still continue to stay on the right path?
So I just plan a lot, very structured. So like today I went to the gym at 5:30.
Yeah,
You recommended it, but it was something I was going to do anyway because I need to get my body conditioned before fall to
yeah,
start waking up early. So that's the first part, right? Planning ahead. I know that I'm not just going to wake up at 5 or 4:30 in the morning if I don't start to condition my body to do so.
mm,
But the only thing that really makes me nervous is the children, right? Because they
yeah,
are like a wild card. If there's any child that's struggling in school, that takes away from a lot of time that I kind of probably factored in either for myself or just other family things. So just a lot of planning. My husband and I are really good with like bouncing tasks off each other based
yeah,
off what we have going on. So yeah, I mean, as long as I have a slot to work out, like I'll be there. So
yeah,
and
absolutely.
if there's a slot that's early, because I like to like get the important things out of the way before my energy starts to decline.
Yeah,
So I would do my workout. Well, prayer first, but and then I'll, work out as early as I can, then study. And by the time I'm done with study, working out, like the kids are still sleeping,
yeah.
and then carry on with the day from there. So yeah.
Honestly, I think you'd be a good fit also for the early mornings at 5. Just get it
Yeah.
out the way. That would be a really good fit just to get you in once things get busy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you knock it out the way and you move around while everybody is asleep. You just knock it out and just get
Yeah.
it done. So let's go and talk about the fast now. You did the Supreme Body Reset. You did
Mhm.
it for 15 days. Let's start with the dry fast. How was it? 24 hours of dry fasting.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
For those that don't know what the dry fast is, could you explain to them what that was, what that is?
Yeah, so for 24 hours, no water, no food, no nothing. You can't even bathe. No, 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 nothing. There's
but you, if let's say if you did it from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m., you can get your shower before you start
Yes, you can.
and get your shower the next day afterwards. Let's keep because when people say, "Oh, you can't bake," yes, absolutely. When you deny your body water, what happens is your body starts to take water from your fat cells. It's very proven scientific, and your body goes into autophagy. So a lot of people think like the dry fast is like one of the hardest part. How was it for you?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And I don't know if it's because I tend to like intermittent fast, so my
Yeah.
body might already be like sort of primed for it. But yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Okay. Then the next thing we switched over was the water and tea fast.
Mhm.
How was that?
That was good. Again, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I
Okay.
did have moments of, oh my God, I'm so hungry, but it was bearable. Like I knew from like just my prior experience with fasting that I'll feel the hunger, but it's gonna go away in a couple minutes. You'll be all right. You'll live, and that's just what I kept telling myself anytime I felt hungry. I was, oh, Abby, you'll live.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little bit disruptive to my digestive
System.
system. Yes.
But things basically worked out. Now
It
I
did.
want to. So we actually had you start doing some videos and recording. Let's
Mhm.
see the first video you sent us ever.
Oh
Hold
dear
on.
Lord.
Let's go.
So today is day one of my fast. Um I feel like I did pretty good today. My energy was, not at the top of the spectrum, but pretty good given that I didn't eat anything or have anything to drink. I'm doing my walk now, which I think like is the hardest part
Hmm.
because my energy is a little low now. But aside from that, it's going well.
Look at that. And mind you, I think that was like 90 something degree weather, if I'm not
Yeah, it
mistaken.
was really hot.
It was really, really hot. You did that. That was the
We're gonna
first
die.
day of dry fasting. You had to walk for 1 hour.
Yeah.
You walk for 1 hour, you start putting yourself in a fat burning mode where we got to keep ourselves moving. But we have all those different clips, and it was great. I think you did perfect. When did you start to believe? Because when you do this fast, I mean, there's so many different benefits, right? There's so much energy, there's so much alive, there's so many downs, there's ups, there's many different things. But when did you start, I guess, seeing the scale move, like go down? And what were your thoughts on
I was like, well, I was thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna have new skin. Like I'm gonna be those
that?
people that needs to get surgery. I
Right.
thought I would. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
how do I make it stop? But
Not when you're exercising. When you're exercising, you don't have the loose skin that's left over. Lord. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was fine. I think I was just in panic mode because I've never lost that much weight in a
Yeah.
couple of days. So you'll live, you'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He's all
it all
regular.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
He's all
So,
regular.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah, he was regular about it. Like, oh, you'll be fine. It's okay. Keep losing more if you want.
Yeah. He was
But
very
yeah,
supportive. He was very supportive. How
he.
supportive was my boy George?
Oh my God, he was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked because I really thought he he was gonna be a hater, but he was so good
Hey, yeah,
about
what?
it.
No. Why would he be hating?
Because
No.
he might think like I was being too extreme. Like Abby, come on now, like
Right, 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 right.
too much. But no, he was very supportive and he like kind of was pushing me on. And like if I forget my juice out on the countertop, he'll like put it in the fridge for me. And I'm like, oh my God, you saved my life because of course you don't have
Yeah.
much energy, so you don't want to be making stuff over. But yeah, so he
Right.
was really good. Yeah.
Right, right. I still got the text message you sent me. It said 10 pounds in 4 days. Insane. OMG. What is happening to my body?
Correct.
And you sent me the scale picture. At that point, I was like, she has no idea. We're gonna keep going, and you're gonna see more. When I came downstairs, when I came down there and I saw you, I was like, oh my God. Can
Yeah.
you describe like from day 2, day 3? Because I just kept seeing you get smaller and smaller. I don't know if it's just me, but
No.
could you see yourself? Lord.
My clothes was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I have to buy clothes now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, it was crazy. I think too, it was motivational because now it's like, oh yeah, it's on. Like we're getting this weight off. So yeah, it was encouraging to see that. It was just encouraging
Absolutely.
to see. Yeah.
So, what do you see yourself 6 months from now? If you
So
keep going, if you keep going.
which I will.
Yeah.
So 6 months from now, I actually did the math, like day 15. Yes.
The
I did
math.
the math. My thought was, okay, if I plateau once I start eating like food, if I'm at least in a deficit, right? This is my thought. I might be wrong, okay, but if
Okay.
I'm in a deficit and I'm still working out, still doing my walks, I lose like a pound and a half a week, right? That
Okay.
was my thought. A week that takes me to about 6 pounds a month. So six
Okay.
times six, that's 36 pounds.
Oh my
That would
God.
be ideal. So
Okay.
that's where I see myself in 6 months.
Okay. That's what we said. You
Yeah, and
only,
then my muscle are, obviously more defined
yeah,
and
yeah.
stronger.
We've already reverse engineered this thing. That's what I'm talking
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
So, what would it mean for you and your family when you reach your ultimate goal of getting into that body fat percentage category we were talking about? What would that
Right.
mean for you and your family?
Yeah, I think I got a taste of that actually this week where I had like just so much energy and I was able to take the kids on a nature walk.
Yeah,
It was like 0.3 miles, but that was
yeah.
enough for them because Lord, I didn't want them falling over a cliff or it was just chaotic. But I was able to do that and still work and still study for the real estate and came home with lots of energy, cleaning, cooking, like, and that was
Wow,
like a glimpse into the Abby that I will become as I, continue on the
wow,
journey.
wow.
So,
Listen, my wife was like, "Yo, she's making the block hot." She put in a. Do all the husbands have to just send this because y'all be like, "Oh, baby, I'm tired. I have no energy." Do we just have to do the supreme body reset? Y'all gotta, your husbands, listen. Y'all may just have to send them to me. Send me, and we gonna hook you up.
sorry,
Uh,
Whit.
he said you making a block hot. She's like, oh, a lot of energy, a lot of
Yeah.
energy. That's what I'm talking about. So, Abby, if someone was watching this thinking they're too busy, what would you tell them?
I think I would say that you have to figure out where you're allocating your time. Just like if you don't have money in the bank account after you get paid, you think, well, where did that money go? And people don't usually do that with their time, and I do that with my time. And sometimes even me, like I will be, I don't know, just like chilling for a minute, and I'm scrolling through my phone,
Mm,
and that's time that I could be using to do something, right? So what are you doing with your time? And be intentional about it. Like, what are
mm.
you eating? You count your calories. You do that with your time as well. Are
Wow,
you busy?
wow. That just gave me a good question. What would you say to a mom who feels guilty about putting herself first?
Oh, I tell the children all the time when I leave for my walk, baby, I got to live for you, baby.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so now they're like, oh, mommy, I got to work up so I can do that walk with you. I'm like, yeah, as soon as you feel like you can do the walk, you can do it with
Mm,
me. But
mm.
I gotta take care of me so I can take care of you. It's a lot of kids and it's one of me. And
Wow.
so they're all for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So if someone keeps waiting for the perfect time, what would you want them to know based on your own journey?
The perfect time to be healthy is now.
Now.
Now you can't compromise health. I mean, and then once it's gone, it's so hard to just get it back on track. It's just
Yeah.
don't yeah, I mean, don't waste time. Don't waste life, right? Just be healthy and do the best you can every day.
Ab- Absolutely. So why was saying yes to this program one of the best decisions you've made?
Because it was selfish.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
selfish.
Okay.
I was taking care of me and so I can keep taking care of my family.
Absolutely. You got
And yeah.
seven human beings.
Mhm.
Seven human beings. So
Yeah.
for a person that tells me, I swear, I'm gonna show, I'm gonna put your whole, I'm gonna be gonna have a poster. Anytime somebody tells me that they're busy, I'm gonna say, meet Abby, a mother of six
Mhm.
and a wife, married, works for the feds, work, going to school for real estate, and is becoming a doctor. That right there is all we need to tell you. Listen, for everybody, Abigail's results didn't just happen by luck. They happened because she followed the plan, she stayed accountable, and decided her health was non negotiable. Abby, did you have anything else that you wanted to say to anyone else that was out there that's on the fence, that wants more questions or has no idea if this is something that would work for them?
Yeah, I actually am an avid believer of fasting before the 15-day fast,
Mm,
just for spiritual reasons. But during the fast, you don't only learn about your body, but you learn about your psyche, like the
Mm,
way you think, the way you handle temptation, the
mm.
way that you function. You learn how food impacts energy. You learn so much about yourself during a fast. Like to me, it wasn't like a fast, it was like a retreat for me to
Wow.
learn about myself. So if you're thinking about it, just do it. You won't die, you'll live, you'll be fine. You will.
That's it. That's it. We're trimming the fat.